Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. I am beyond excited because today's video is all about food. Actually, I came all the way from Barcelona to Madrid just to come here to explore one of my favorite kinds of foods, which is Venezuelan food. We are about to go to the PAN store here in Majadahonda, and just in case you are now wondering what the hell is the PAN store, well, I'm going to show you. We are going to explore that together, so let's go. We are in front of the PAN store and I am so excited. But before we enter, let me give you a little bit more of context here. PAN is actually a Venezuelan brand that has been founded in 1960. And it has become one of the most popular brands for food in Venezuela. Probably their most famous product is actually flour that is made of corn, because Venezuelans use that flour in a lot of different kinds of foods. Nowadays it is a huge brand that sells their products in more than 100 countries worldwide. And here in Madrid there are various stores where you can actually buy some of their products, which are anything from flour to mixes to already ready products that you just need to heat up in the oven or in a pan or whatever. And we are going to enter the store right now to see what exactly they have here. It's also a restaurant, so you can also eat here, and I am so excited. Let's go inside. We are currently in the kitchen of the PAN store, and I will be making an arepa pretty soon. And also here we just saw the preparation of tres leches and merengue, which are basically cakes that are typically in Venezuela. I've never tried any of them, but it looks beautiful and delicious, and I am looking forward to have that as dessert later. I'm part of the team. Let's make some arepas. We are about to make an arepa, which is one of the most typical things of Venezuela. And I gotta check out the weight of the ball, which has to be more or less 180, 190 grams. So that all of them are more or less the same. There we go. And now I gotta form a ball. And then a little bit flat. It's an egg. You gotta give it some love so that it turns out nice and round. ¿Sí?
Perfecto. Y la colocas en la plancha. Con cuidadito que la plancha está caliente.
Vale.
Así. Muy bien. ¿Vale?
There we go. We are about to make an empanada. We have the dough here, and then we have ingredients over here, and we are going to make one that is pabellon. And that is the typical plate of Venezuela. It is made with rice, with meat, and with beans. Absolutely delicious. And this will be the empanada made with these fillings, basically. So we gotta make this dough flat.
Ok, ahora los ingredientes van a ser. Son 3 tajadas. Aquí tienes las tajadas.
And we have 3 slices of plantain. Okay, then we have the meat on top of the plantain. The beans. See? The most important thing, the cheese. And we close it.
Esto que te llegue aquí.
¿Así?
Eso es, perfecto.
Uf.
Aplastas así, quitando el aire.
I think that's the hard part. We gotta close it so that it doesn't break and that nothing falls out of it. And there is my very first empanada. It's not perfect, it has a tiny hole, but it looks good and I'm very excited to try this. There's also the arepas that we made. And well, you can tell which one is mine because mine is not as perfect. But I think it's fine. I don't have that much practice. The one that my teacher did is actually perfectly round and it's like equally thick. It looks beautiful. All right, we are about to try my empanada, my very first empanada of pabellon. I love the packaging. It's beautiful. I'm a pro. I know how to do empanadas. It's super hot, obviously, so I gotta be a little bit careful, but the dough is really good already. You can see the filling. I think I did a good job here. And it's crunchy. So here in the store we can also see all of the products that they sell here. And well, you can see the cheeses here behind me, which are absolutely delicious and something you gotta try. It is unique, seriously. This is not like any cheese you will know, that's for sure. And then we can also see Malta, which is here, which is a drink, a Venezuelan drink. It is made of malt and it's without alcohol, but they also have beer here. And those two products are also being produced here in Spain nowadays. Before they imported it from the United States, but nowadays all of these products here, the cheeses and also the Malta and the beer is being produced here in Spain. And here we've also got some bakery things, some sweets. We can see the tres leches here, that is what we made before. And then there are some golfeados here. Oh my God, I remember that I tried them in Venezuela and they were so good. And we have some cachitos, so lots of sweets as well, and I'm sure we are going to try a dessert as well later on. Here we can see the most famous product probably, which is the flour of corn that I have mentioned before. And well, they have more. They have beans here, they have some snacks and sweets from Venezuela, and they have products in the freezer which are ready to eat. There are different kinds of products, so obviously one of the first products was the flour of pan, and nowadays there are these products that you can see here in the freezer that are ready to go. You can see that they say snack on the product, meaning they are not made with the flour that this company is actually famous for, no, but they are made with normal wheat flour, and they are, well, ready to eat. You just have to heat them up, and that's it. All right, it is time to try some tequeños. These are usually cheese sticks. That would be the traditional version, but here they actually serve various kinds of tequeños. There's one pizza, which is very interesting. I've never heard anything like that. That is with tomato, with basil, and with cheese. This one is queso. That's the traditional one. And we have queso guayaba, which is a fruit. So it must be a mix of salty and sweet, which is always good. And then we have the dessert tequeño, which is actually with chocolate. Let's give them a try. Let's start with cheese. Those tequeños are also being sold here in the store. And well, if you are following me since a while now, you already know I am in love with cheese, so this one is a clear recommendation. All right, let's try the pizza tequeño. It looks like, I'm not sure about that, but it looks like the basil is actually in the cheese, like a mixture. I'm not sure if that is what it is, but that's what it seems like, and it's delicious. I wasn't expecting it, but it clearly tastes like pizza actually. So even without having this written here, I would have noticed it's definitely a pizza tequeño. And then we have the queso guayaba. Queso y guayaba. mixtures of sweet and salty are always good. So this one is delicious. It is guayaba, I'm not sure. We don't have that in Europe. It is a sweet fruit and it is like red-orange, more or less. It's kind of like marmalade, like the texture you have here is kind of like marmalade and with a salty cheese. Actually a very good combination. We have the chocolate one, the dessert tequeño. You can't do anything wrong with chocolate. I'm not sure if it's Nutella, but it's something very similar, that's for sure. And well, absolutely good. I think my all-time favorite will always be the traditional version with just cheese. That's simply the best. We are now going to try the arepa that I made. Well, I only made the dough and the rest was made here. This is called arepa porky. It is made with pulled pork, with cheese, and also with onions. And then there is this sauce that is this one here. It's a green one. It is called guasacaca. And I am so excited. This looks delicious. Just have a look at how much filling there is. Let's try this. This is delicious. This is really, really good. I wasn't expecting that, but it is, I think because of the onion, it has like a very fresh taste and it seems perfect, the perfect arepa for like hot summer days or whatever, because it feels like a little bit refreshing. And well, it is super crunchy, which I love personally, but one little hint, an arepa is not the perfect food for the first date because it is so hard to eat, but definitely worth it. Okay, the next dish is the cachapa, which is one of my favorite dishes actually. This is kind of like a pancake but made of corn. So it is a bit sweet, like corn, and then it comes with fillings, and this one is filled with meat and also with cheese, with a lot of cheese, and then we have some whipped cream here, or it's like, it's not really whipped cream, it's like cheese, I would say, like cream cheese. But I'm excited to try this. I gotta admit that I am getting a little bit full actually. Those portions, if you can see my hand here next to the cachapa, these portions are extremely huge. Really delicious, but huge. So I'm getting a bit full, to be honest. But anyway, a cachapa is always with it. This will be my all-time favorite, I think. This is so, so good. And for me, I think if you have to choose one dish, make sure to choose the cachapa. It's just the best. Seriously, I love it. All right, we are at the end. We are at the dessert. So this is the tres leche that we made before in the kitchen. And I've never tried this one. It's like a cake with lots of cream. So let's give it a try. Ooh, it looks really good. This is really delicious. I'm not a huge fan of cakes because they are usually quite dry, right? But this is obviously not dry at all. It has a lot of cream in there. It's very sweet, but it has also a kind of refreshing taste. Really absolutely delicious and a very nice dessert. All right, I am done eating for today. I think this is enough. I'm having a little food baby here. So this was absolutely delicious and I am so happy that we actually were able to come here. If you are close to Madrid, I highly recommend you to check out the stores and try some food. It is so good. And the best is you can even buy everything that you can eat here in the restaurant in this place as well. They have everything there. All of the foods we just tried, you can buy them and take them home and make them at home, which is amazing. All of it was absolutely delicious. As mentioned before, my all-time favorite, I think it will always be the cachapa, but also the dessert was a very nice surprise. I never had a tres leches before and it was so good. We weren't able to eat it all because I am so full already, but we have it for takeaway and I'm sure I'm going to eat it later in the afternoon. Now this was it for this video. For me this was a very fun experience and I am so happy that I was here. Thanks a lot for PAN store to show me around the store, to also take me into the kitchen to make some food myself. That was clearly one of the highlights of this day. And well, I hope you got some hunger now, some appetite. Just in case you aren't close to Madrid, there's also a webpage that I'm going to link in the description below. PAN here in Spain also has a webpage where you can actually make some orders online. But unfortunately, they only sell to Portugal, Spain, France and Andorra at this point. So other European countries, I hope they will follow at some point, but so far it's only those 4. But anyway, these are the options you have. I can just recommend Venezuelan food. Like, even if you cannot come here to Madrid right now, even if you cannot order from PAN online, make sure to check out some restaurants that are close to your place and get some Venezuelan food. This is spectacular, you guys. You have to try it. Well, anyway, thanks a lot for joining me through this food tour. Thanks a lot for watching and for hanging on. I hope you've got some appetite now. Make sure to check your fridge and get some food now. And I will hopefully see you on one of my next adventures.